Hey everybody, welcome back. Got a pyramid of model kits as you saw on the thumbnail that I want to share with you. Pretty cool stuff. Some of it, like this one, already had a couple. But when I find them on eBay and they're really good price, I mean, I don't think they make these anymore. I mean, this is an old Intex, so this one's got to be early 80s, late 70s or something like that. I couldn't find a year on it, but anyway. Before I get to that, really quick, don't want to forget this. I got a shop card from my buddy Chester Lewis, Billboards Builds. You guys go over and check him out. He's very entertaining to watch, and a good builder too. He has implemented some of my MCV product stuff on some of his builds. That one, I know he did. And I'm sure some other stuff. But yeah, very nice little card also. Very cool. Got a QR code with his picture. So that's cool as heck. I don't know if you could actually scan that, but on your TV or whatever, but there it is. I bet you can't do it on your phone because you got to have your phone to scan it. So if you're watching it on there, you're out of luck. But anyway, Heather said, Matthew, you need to get a shop card with a card with a QR code so you can go straight to it. But anyway, I don't. There's his email if you want to email him. But yeah, Billboards Builds, Chester Lewis. Thanks for the shop card, man. I appreciate it. I really do. And thank you for participating in the MCV products. I do appreciate that. All right, back to these. This is 1913 Model T van. I just think these are cool. I've built the 1913 Model T car, the one with like the mother-in-law seat that's in the back. I've built that one before, and they're basically the same thing. One cheesy thing that I see these come with, though, it says here, exclusive. This kit contains micro wood parts with fine grain in scale with the model. So it's basically balsa wood. And then they have added it all over the place. And it honestly, it just doesn't look that great on the pictures. And I don't know if I would even use that. I don't think you have to. But it looks kind of cheesy, especially that top one. Boy, they did a fine job on that one. But I do like the decals are probably completely shot, but they got cool decals. Templeton and Son, I'll show them to you. They're still wrapped. I mean, this thing is absolutely perfect. But they have petroleum and its products. Petroleum. I guess that's the Texas company. Petroleum and its products, maybe. Because Carnation Milk, as far as I know, is not petroleum. Neither is Coca-Cola, although it could be close to petroleum. You may be just better off to drink petroleum than you do Coca-Cola. I know I don't do high fructose corn syrup, soft drinks or anything like that. But hey, if you want to drink Coke, go for it. I heard a conspiracy one time, really fast side note, on Coca-Cola. This may be true. It may not be true, but I heard it from a pretty credible source. Remember when the new Coke came out in like the 80s? I remember that. And everybody hated it. I have heard a person or two say, I liked it. So what I've heard, this may not be true. I don't know. But it sounds like it. So Coca-Cola used to be made with sugar. Actually, before that, it was sweetened with coca. That's why it's called Coca-Cola. I think they got away from using coca for sweetener. You know, that's what they make cocaine out of. But from what I heard in the, it was probably like 1985, 86, something like that, 87, when they changed to the new Coke, that it was at least the conspiracy is, I don't know, that they knew it was going to fail. They knew that Coca-Cola people were not going to like the new Coke. And then you remember after that, they came back out with Coca-Cola Classic. But there was a change. Instead of Coke being sweetened with sugar, Coca-Cola Classic was then sweetened with high fructose corn syrup. And so what I understand is they knew that the new Coke was not going to go, so it was a bad taste. So when people came back and they had the Coca-Cola Classic and they sweetened it with corn syrup, that it was the new Coke was so bad that they didn't even realize they had changed it. So anyway, that's what I heard. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe you can Google that. But anyway, yeah, these are cool. Templeton and Sons taxidermist. Heather said, "What's the deal? I mean, what? Would they do it inside the van?" I said, "No, they probably would go pick up the dead deer and take it. Although this is just decals, somebody just made that up. I think they're cool though. A Templeton and Sons taxidermist. Anyway." They're probably completely shot. You can actually see like ghosting through the back. But they're there. And the kit is brand spanking new. Here's some of that. Here's some of that wood right there. It's balsa wood, basically. Anyway, cool kit. And I saw it on eBay for fairly inexpensive. I'll be honest with you. Pretty darn cheap. I said, I'm going to get that. All right, next one. The next one, I have one of these also, but the reason I bought the second one is pretty crazy. But the reason I had to buy the second one, this is a big old box. So I got the first one at Acme last year. My friend Steve Ward, which is a vendor, he vends model cars. He actually gifted me that kit, and it's brand new, except there were no instructions. And I probably could have, because a lot of times on these things, I glance at the instructions occasionally, but I usually don't. You don't necessarily have to have them. Now these bigger ones you might. But the thing about this, the reason I said I have to have instructions, you have to lace the wheels. Yes, you do. You have to lace the wheels. And I thought there is no way that I would ever figure out how to do that. And let's see. Where are the... What was it? Got some spokes or something. Where are they? Maybe this is missing the spokes. Here are the wheels right there. And you gotta, well, let me look at the instructions. You gotta lace these things somehow. I don't see lacing material. As far as I know, you have to make the, wow, man. What a cool stinking kit though. Look at that. The detailing on the engine. Let's get to the wheels. These are not cheap, but I got this one at a really good price. Oh, here we go. Oh, so the dang, holy cow. Is that what you lace them with? Looks like it would be wire or something. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, like I say, there's no way I would have figured that out. No way. But it says, let me see. So there's a jig. It's like some sort of jig right there. Winding fixture. Where is the stuff you wind? I mean, this ain't enough to do a whole full set of wheels. That wouldn't do one. Where is this stuff? Is it in here? Maybe. Maybe this kit's missing that, which I got it in the other one. Where in the world? I don't know. Not a clue. But I guarantee you that's just like for wiring the engine or something. But there's not enough there to lace a whole darn. Here's the tool that you lace them with. I don't know. It ain't in here. I'll have to pull the other kit out and see if... That's weird. Probably could use like some sort of small wire or something. I mean, if it was like plastic or rubber tubing, that wouldn't be too strong. It's not in here. Okay. Or I'm overlooking it. But anyway, I'm gonna look one more time. I have been known to overlook things. It ain't in here. What the heck? Okay. Like I say, hey, as long as I got something to go by, I can come up with a alternative for the wheel lacing. And I can never get these things to go back in to where they fit right. Okay, balloon car. What was it? I just totally bypassed what the HONCS Rolls-Royce 1908 Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost balloon car. And I got a Silver Ghost coming up right behind it. Does not look like this. So this fine spoke wheels. This is very cool. Super cool. Honestly, I think it's an ugly car. Can't really see the whole thing. It's so darn big. I think it's just terribly ugly. But I bet you roll up in that thing. You roll up in that Rolls. You were somebody. And look how far back he sat. You would think they would be sitting right here, but that was perfect English. They're sitting way back in the back. See, we got like a hanger on the side. I guess when you get out, you can hang your coat there or something. I have no clue. This is another Bandai, and there's no dates on these from what I can tell. The kit number is 9001. Yeah, no dating, but made in Japan. They used to be Bandai. Did I call this Bandai already? These are Bandai kits that are reboxed as Intex. So they go way back. Go way back. All right, next. This one's cool just for the fact it's got a price on it. So here is the 1906. I got all these but one off of eBay. And it'll be last. It'll be last. The Silver Ghost 1906 Rolls Royce. That is a 1908, so it's obviously different. These are kind of pricey. I can't believe they sold it for what they sold it for, and this one's still sealed. But check this out. It's got a stamp on it, $6.89. Let me tell you what. The sucker costs more than that. Now, I promise you. And I didn't pay a lot for it, but now I prefer this. I think that looks better than that other thing. I don't know. It looks more antique to me, which they're both super antique, but I will have to open it up. I mean, I love that it's got that, but I'll open it up and check and see. It looks like they're pretty good about putting tires in bags so they don't just ruin everything, but I want to open it up. The plastic's already torn pretty bad, but yeah, that's pretty cool. $6.89. I'm assuming probably, let's just say 1980. Probably pretty close. It's also Intex, which again, it's a Bandai. It's like Intex. It was like kind of like testers, you know what I mean? They just reboxed all the Bandai stuff. All right, next one. Another eBay pickup. Got another one of these. This is, if I'm not mistaken, it's the same. Yeah, it is. It's the same as your Gangbusters. This is a repop Gangbusters. But originally when these came out in like 1966, which I built a Gangbusters 1929 Lincoln. That was fun. A man named George Woods. He's a friend of Sean, the scale model car guy, Sean. George Woods sent me that kit, and he said, "I want you to build this, Matthew," because at that point in my in my modeling career, I was so scared to open up anything old. It was like, oh, I can't do it. I can't open it up. I couldn't ruin that. And when George sent me that 1929, that original edition, Gangbusters 1929 Lincoln, and I built it, man, I had a blast. And that kind of broke me from the not opening the stuff up. But this may have a date on it, being it's MPC 1979. So it's quite some years after it was released, but it was not the Gangbusters, and I don't think that it's got the figures in it. I think I did look through it, and it's all bagged up still, but I mean, it's just a million pieces off the tree. It may have the people in there. Let's see. I don't see the people. So they voided the people from the kit because it's not. You'd think it would just be easier just to print them or to cast them, but they didn't. But it's complete, and I think I put the. You know what? I don't know if I did or not. They might have put them in there when I got it. But anyway, got off eBay. Really good price. And I've got several of these now. And I bought one of these, interestingly enough, when we went to Maine several years back now. I was in a thrift store up there. And there's a bunch of model kits in Maine thrift shops. Man, I'm telling you what, they're just loaded. But I found one. This was a really nice, not thrift shop. This is an antique store. Majority of stuff is in these glass cases. And there was a box, looked a little worse than this. And it had the price on it was like $2. I think it was like $2 or something like that. And I asked the person, I'm thinking, it's in a glass case for $2. Why would they even have it in a glass case? But I bought it for $2, and every part in it's off the tree. It wasn't. I never really inventoried it, but I thought, if nothing else, it's a good parts kit to have if you mess anything up. So I've got 2 of this edition, and I've got the Gangbusters edition as well. And then they went on to do the Connoisseur Classics, and they used these same cars. But anyway, very, very cool car there. Chrysler LeBaron 1932. And yeah, man. But no shot up bullet hole glass or nothing like that from the Gangbusters. And I don't know if that one was all shot up. The Gangbusters. I know the Lincoln had a glass with bullet holes in it if you wanted to use that. But this one doesn't. And I wouldn't build it like that. I'd build it, make it look classy and shiny. Okay. Here's another one that you've seen before, but I can't get enough of these because it was like, so far it's been my favorite model car build out of all of them. I'll grab it real fast. And you've seen it, I'm sure. But yeah, just the most fun, because this is my favorite car in the entire world, is a Ford Model A. And I built that one. And it was so much fun. It was not easy. It was had some, it's got its issues. But it was so fun. 124 scale. I replicated a car off of YouTube that was called Gandalf the Green. Tried to match the paint as well as I could. I printed the little travel trunk that it had on there. But yeah, man, such a fun build. And again, my favorite car in the world is a Model A. I mean, I guess if somebody offered me like a Bugatti or something, I'd probably take that instead of a Model A, because I could then turn and sell it and buy, I don't know, 100 Model A's, possibly. Let's see, those things are millions. Yeah, you could probably buy like 100 nice Model A's. So I would probably do that, but I would turn around and sell it and buy Model A's. But anyway, so I got another one of these, and again, these are really cool. I don't make these anymore. This is a special interest series, and these can go for some pretty good money. This is 1974, same edition as that one. And what a fun car to build, though. Beautiful, like olive green color that I had no problem at all covering up and painting it the color I wanted. But this person here's already got just bag after bag, so I haven't gone through it. But when I looked at the eBay pictures, it looked like everything was nice and neat and there. So that one's cool. Add that one to the stash for sure. All right, 2 more. This was my last eBay buy. Have you ever seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Well, if you haven't, this car was on there. Although that car was not a real Ferrari 250 GT California Spider. The one on the movie was a replica, believe it or not. I didn't know that until a year or two back. I was watching something about it, and they were showing how you can see how it's not a real one. But anyway, this is a tester's edition. It's an Italeri Ferrari 250 GT California Spider. Includes real rubber tires, which I had my red Mercedes, 1955 Mercedes. It had real rubber tires too, but they completely crumbled, except one, and I was able to make a cast of it, and so I was able to replicate or make new tires for it. But anyway, real rubber tires and a highly detailed V12 engine. What I love about testers boxes, and I think this car is beautiful. I think this is an absolutely beautiful car. It is sweet. Almost looks like a bigger MG or something like that. You know what I mean? What was it? Was it MG? MG had this particular model back in the 80s, early 80s, maybe late 70s. What was that thing called? Dang, I can't remember now, but I had a friend's mom had one. But anyway, yeah, what a beautiful car. And always your testers had the best box art on the back. Just cool. Looks like there's a lot to be desired with the wheels and tires. They just look too fat. I don't know. And looking at the box art on the front, they just look at that right there. Big old chip out of the paint. Right there is like it touched up a place. But you know what? It still looks pretty good. And the windshield wipers look hideous. I already thought if I build this one, we got to do something different with the windshield wipers because they're just real heavy looking and thick. Looks like they hang off the side. They're probably too long or something. But anyway, that is a beautiful car in real life, at least. The one on Ferris Bueller's Day Off was very pretty, but it's not a real car. So I got that one. All right. Oh, what year is this? I think it's newer than most of the 1990. A lot of them are 1987, but this is 1990. Okay. Last one. Now this one's really special. My friend Mike Lyons. I had no idea. I just went to the mailbox one day and this was in the mailbox. And he knows me very well. And he sent this. Look at that. He said he's able to get it off a friend of his. And I think in the note that he sent with it, he wasn't sure if the instructions were in there. They're not, but everything looks like it's there. This is one of those weird ones where there's no AMT on it. Hadn't done any research on it, but these Ford, the 25 model, those are, from what I understand, they were some sort of Ford promotional deal, like Ford, they had them at Ford dealerships or something like that. Nowhere on those boxes where you find AMT, and nowhere on this one do you find AMT. So I'm assuming this was some sort of promotional deal with possibly Ford or something like that, but for it to be void of AMT, which it is an AMT, I don't know why. It's odd, but what a cool box. I dig the heck out of the stripes, like the green one up top there. The stripes, it's just so fitting for the era. And it's a customizing kit built of one of three ways: stock, custom, or competition. Look at that. So you got the old Chrysler Firepower. And if I'm not mistaken, as far as instructions go, where is that thing? I got one of these, I got several of them. What did I do with them? I bought them at Ollie's several years back. Where did I put those things? I got them here. They may not be in here, but No, I don't see one. They had a Model A kit that you could buy, and it was a flat box. Where is that thing? I didn't think about that until right now. It's probably got the instructions the same, because I think it's the same car. You can build it 3 ways. I ain't seeing it. Where in the heck? I got them stashed everywhere, and I don't see it, so we'll just talk about it. Nope. But it had that particular model kit that I'm talking about that I got from Ollie's. It's old repop. It had, it had the Hemi, and it had the gas tank like that, and it also had those like airbag springs or something up in the front, or maybe in the back too. I know I got one of those things hanging around here somewhere, but I just don't see it. Yeah, no. So this one I'm assuming is out of the 1960s. Am I right? This doesn't have a kit number, doesn't have anything, but I'm assuming it's from the 1960s. It's beautiful. Let's say we got one chassis here. Is there 2 chassis? You can build it the several different ways. And I want to see if it's got those like airbag things. Then there's like is that a blower belt and some kind of scoop looking deal. I don't have a clue what that is. There's parts in a bag here. Got mag wheels. I love the way old chrome starts to look. It starts to fade, but it almost gives it a wash. Here's the tires. I'll bag those up. Got pie crusts and several of your stock style tires. Maybe this one isn't but I'm sure it's the same kit nevertheless as the one with those airbag things. I don't see them in here, so I don't know if, what the heck is this? Oh, there's the glass. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It was all wrapped up, and you can tell this stuff's been wrapped up for a really long time. There were some other parts that were wrapped in this paper, and you could tell, unless Mike's just got some really old paper and tape, you could tell that it had been wrapped up for a really long time. The tape looked really old. So anyway, I'll have to get that kit out and see if the instructions are the same. I mean, a lot of times you can just take, because on the back of those newer round 2, they'll have it'll show like the parts trees, and you can kind of line up some of this stuff, and you can pretty well say, yeah, it's the same kit. But yeah, that chrome, it starts to like fade and almost gives it like a black wash effect, especially on the wheels here, the way they start to fade on the inside. But anyway, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that, man. I never expected it. This is really cool to have something vintage. I don't have many vintage AMT kits. Not many at all. And yeah, to get this one, man, I was like, wow, that's too cool. So, yep, appreciate that. Thanks to everybody else that's donated stuff to me, man. It's been like a unbelievable ride, because stuff would show up in the mailbox and I'm like, wow, look at this. Boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. Heather said, man, it's like you have Christmas every day. And that's what it felt like. So to all you guys, thank you so much. If you've never sent me anything, I'm not asking, I promise. Just you being a part of this channel is enough. And to be quite frank, I keep buying these things. I don't have anywhere to put them right now, but I have made progress. You want to see let's take a quick peek at the model room and all. I have been working on that thing, and that's why I don't get videos out as soon as I would like to, because I'm working on this thing. All right, so it's not dark yet. Now the model room in there is all sheeted. My son-in-law helped me finish that yesterday. The MCV room here is still, I did finish the wiring today. Got my outlets and all wired so I can then insulate it and get all the get it all the sheeting up. But I got a temporary light down here. Yeah, so here we go. All the sheeting's up. I got my outlets all in over there. It is insulated, by the way. I had somebody comment on the other video when I was showing the progress, and they're like, you should insulate that. Yeah, I have been. Trust me. It's all insulated, and I hate that stuff. I hate it with a passion. I used to do air conditioning work where I'd have to get in attics and insulate the duct. I hate that stuff. But anyway, this is all insulated. The ceiling is not yet insulated, but it will be. It's going to be pretty nice. It's going to blind the camera as soon as I turn around that way, probably. I'm trying to get in the very corner here so you can kind of get a gauge. I don't have a measurement on it right now, but I know it's almost 15 feet this way. And then let's look here. So it's 15 foot that way, and then we got 1 sheet, 2 sheets, and 3/4 of a sheet. So you got 8 and let's just say 9, 10. It's about 11 foot wide, which is kind of a weird width, but I had to do what I had to do. And that wall is about 9 foot, and that one's going to be nothing but model kits from floor to ceiling. This one's obviously going to be my workbench area. That's why I got the outlets are up. I'm going to have a high bench. I like my benches to be high because if I want to stand and work, I can do that. So I have I like bar stools or my chairs in there. So I like the benches to be up high. So right under the outlets will be the bench, and I'll have to figure out where I'm going to put my display cases and be on one of these walls. This wall will continue on out to here. I had to stop here because I was doing wiring or something. I don't remember. I had to stop, but yeah, that's coming along. And then the MCV Products packing room is next. I'll get the insulation in, get her all. It's gonna be nice though. Oh gosh. So the computer desk will be on this wall, probably a packing shelf on this wall, or a packing table, so to speak. We'll have more than likely boxes, and all the packing supplies will be up there. And then on this one, where we can, over the window, beside the window, and then this whole wall here will be nothing but hopefully floor to ceiling, pegboard, full of stuff. And be nice if I'd run out of room then. Not really, because I don't want to add on, but you know what I mean. Keep growing, right? So, all right, well, that's it. We are through with it. I got to find somewhere to put these now. Oh, I did a little bit more work on the 36. So I went back, did some more body work, did some more sanding, did some more filling. Got it looking pretty sharp. I'll be honest with you. I'm getting really proud of this. So I got it. I had to do some more body lines. Right where let me point to it with thumb. Right here. Right there was a big old parting line that I'd missed. So I had to get in there and open up all those body lines. Get that parting line out of there. Got that done. And then working on the front where those used to have a ridge that ran down under that light holder. Used to be like a ridge. I wanted to get rid of that. And I still see a little bit I gotta tidy up, but that's looking sharp. And then the hood, I went back and did what you guys said do. This is not a hood ornament. I can promise you that. That's just styrene glued in there. Because I kept trying to fill it, with Bondo, that hole that was up there where the hood ornament was. It would just fall out. So I went in there with styrene. And also the hood was very flimsy because it had that ridge that went down the center. And it would just bend so easy. So I put a piece of round styrene, which I'll clean all this up, down the center, laid in that trough, glued it in, and then I made me a brace. I scratch built something, guys. Ain't that cool? I scratch built a brace. Wow. So now the hood is nice and strong. I dug all that old Bondo out, opened the hole up a little bit better, and I have glued me some styrene in. So now I will just file that down, sand her down, and then it's solid. So I've got styrene rather than a Bondo trying to plug the hole. That's pretty much it. That's it. All right, Gandalf, say bye. Like it can. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. As always, go check it out, mcvproducts.net. Thank you to everybody who's gone by and checked out the website. If you hadn't, mcvproducts.net, go check it out. Get you some pullers and some mud trucks, and I'm about to start working on some more 125th scale engines and wheel sets and things like that. So more to come. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And this video has gone way too long, 36 minutes. Wow, sorry. You've just had to listen to me talk for that long. And if you did, thank you. Hey, don't forget, if you hadn't subscribed, hit the subscription button. I'd appreciate it. And thumbs it up if you hadn't done that too. That helps. All right, guys, take care. See ya.